So this is the recap for live stream 330, and it was a really bad day in regards to trading today. We'll have a look at gold first. So on gold, you can see we had a big move out of the open, had a fairly big gap down. The very next level we're looking at was up at 54.1. I was skeptical of the ability of price to get up to that level. So price came back, went long, held a position for most of the day. Couldn't quite get all the way up there. Prices turned around, got a counter signal, so exited. Then went short, looking for price to come down towards, say, the 37, down in towards these lows. Prices just never did that. And so closed the short position as prices turned around here. On ES, we had price heading towards the all-time highs, and over on ES as well, had a fairly big move out of the open, pulled back, had a bit of a gap up, had retail sales pre-market, 8:30 Eastern Standard. At the market, let's hide the drawings for now. So at the market rally to the upside. I think here I felt a bit of FOMO here, went long on this pullback, eventually got out, got a short setup, added to the position, took it off for a loss. If I was a bit more patient, would have gone down towards that target, but I took it off because I didn't like the rally that was taking place and the bullishness in NQ, which was trading at all-time highs. So I took that off, went short. Eventually, seems I took profits there, went long over here, added to the position. Might have been, seems I took some profits there, went long again. Took the position off for profit. So this long here took off for profits, went long again, and I seem to have taken it off, went short, took that off for a loss there as the market moved towards, hold on, where is it? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There it is. There's the all-time highs up at the 343s. So went short, thought prices may turn around and pull back. Instead, we can see prices went all the way through the 41s. There was the original target from this trade here. That was it for the trades on ES. Over on NQ, I had a very difficult day. So we'll have a look at the 5-minute chart, which pretty much explains the reason I had the difficulties. We can see the execution here, and we can see on the volume profile, that's pretty much where the volume accumulated, and the highest point of volume was around the point of control. So as prices consolidated, it continued to build volume, and in this range I was chopped to pieces. Prices broke to the upside, didn't have the continuation, broke the lows to the downside of the range, went back into consolidation and continued to consolidate around this point of control. And that's what's resulted in the NQ trade. So on the NQ trades, we had Taiwan Semiconductor had earnings overnight, which boosted the market. We also had favorable retail sales. So there's a couple of catalysts. Saw the market move higher early on in the day, in the morning into the afternoon. Came to the market, again, similar to ES, chased the market a bit here, so went long, had to take it off for a loss, went short, took that off for a loss, went short, took that off for a loss, went long, then was stopped out, went long, held a position, looking for the move higher. Price came up to the prior high of day, broke the prior high of day, thought I'd see continuation up to the 300s. Prices turned around, held a position with a stop below these lows. Now with the long, I took the long because on this break of these lows, if we go over to the profile, it's over here, saw that we broke a couple of these support level. So as we came back pretty strongly, I thought, well, it could just be a fake out for a strong continuation. And so I went long, obviously went into profit a fair bit, ran up to the previous highs. Thought we could see the market continue above that. Prices turned around, moved my stop down a little bit below the lows, thought buyers could come in. Prices kept selling, so closed the position. Eventually, prices did come back, but all the way towards a point of control where it was consolidating. So after closing the position for a loss, out of frustration, went short, added to the position, eventually had to take it off for a loss there. Went short again, prices turned around, had to stop above the high, so close out for a loss, went short again, prices turned around and closed out for a loss as prices came back up to that point of control. So just not a great day across our friends at NQ. So if we have a look at the account, we can see we've done substantial damage to the account. The account's down to 208. I believe the account started at 496, I think. Let's see, 496.050. That's where the account began. Down to 208.75. These are pretty much the trades that were taken. There are a few. I don't think there's an extraordinary trade in terms of size. It's just a case of consistent losers. I don't think there is a huge loss today on a single trade. It was more the accumulation of smaller losses. Well, we've lost 48 there. 31, 39, 28, 20, 50. You can see most of the damage is being done on NQ here. 23, 5, that's pretty much near break even there. And as you can see, so not extraordinary in terms of the size of the losses, it's just a consistency in terms of the losses. I'll bring over the trade performance. And on the trade performance, we can see here, total of 19 trades. I could say that's far too many. This is where I could have stepped in and intervened. I went beyond the 7 losing trades I set for myself and continued to trade, lost 16. Also went beyond the 2.5 hours I set myself as well. So that again is poor on my part. But this is disappointing, the 16 trades. I was aware of it. It was like I was aware, not aware. Win percentage, 16%. And of course, with a strategy with high win percentage and smaller wins to loss, this is a sort of result you can expect. And that's the reason why I had built in the 7 losing trades, because that's designed to offset days where the accuracy isn't there, so I don't have these bigger losses like today, minus 287,975. But didn't follow the plan, went beyond it, and certainly paid for it. So average win today 15,625, average loss 20,046. And let's see, NQ 0% win percentage, took 9 trades, had 9 losers, cumulative profit there, total P&L, obviously minus commissions. There, right there, is accounted for the majority of the loss today. Of course, the most volatile instrument, but not a single winner. Minus 251, followed by ES minus 6875. 3 winners, 5 losers, 38%. Average win being bigger than the average loss. So I suppose that's suppose it's kind of positive, the average win being bigger than the average loss. And it isn't a huge, in context of the amount of contracts being traded, it's not a huge loss on the day. But NQ did a lot of damage to the account. Took 2 trades over on gold, and we had 2 losers over there. So the accuracy on gold is certainly not there. And the average loss being 3, that's pretty good for gold. Accuracy, of course, is not great, but oh wow, is that how that works? Okay. So that's not great, but certainly this right here, and it's the losing trades. That's the problem. I should adhere to what I've already set myself, which is the max number of 7. And when it's not working for me, simply walk away. Especially when I realized that the point of control was a bit of an issue for me, but continue to trade it. Got frustrated and continue to trade. Now, one thing I do realize is every time I seem to struggle on a day and get back to break even, the very next day I blow up. I think I might have said it in yesterday's recap, and that's pretty much what's happened today. Yesterday, struggled a fair bit, managed to end the day positive, and came in today, just could not buy a winner for the life of me. And what we can see there is the account's taken a massive hit. So I'm going to wrap up the video there. Thanks for watching. What are the changes I'm going to make? Well, I'm going to maybe 7 trades aren't enough. Maybe 7 losers is far too many. I'm going to have to move it down to 5 and just define that as a metric of success. 5 trades, 5 losing trades, and I'll call it at that point. Yep, so with that said, thanks for watching. Good luck trading. Have a great day.